Hello, good morning, friends. Today we are going to do a little bit of a flow practice. So we will move a little bit more quickly throughout our poses. Meaning we won't have as much wiggle time between to settle into our poses. But don't worry, please make sure that we are going at the speed that is best for us and that we are not trying to hurry through it to keep up. As always, listen to our bodies, make sure that we let go of all of our expectations of ourselves and of our practice, and we will just enjoy the time that we have connecting with ourselves physically and mentally and emotionally. So starting out, let's give ourselves the pre-practice wiggle. Begin to breathe deeply in through our noses, out through our mouths. Inhaling, pulling those shoulders back, lifting the heart. Exhaling, feeling our sitting bones melting into our mats. Inhaling, lengthen in our spine. Exhale, we soften the shoulders. Inhale, let's lift the hands up high. Looking toward the fingers, a little tiny arch in the back, and as we exhale, we'll round and lower the hands down toward the floor. Little fold here. Inhale, roll our way up, hands come up nice and high. Little arch again. And exhale, round, little fold. Maybe we can sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, rolling up. Hands come up high. Maybe we open up our arms to cactus arms. Opening the chest, a little bit deeper of an arch in the spine, and then exhale again, rounding, folding forward, and we're going to stay in our forward fold here. Inhaling, we lengthen, exhale, we'll sink our chests down a little bit further. Good, dropping the head, rounding as we roll our way up. Pulling the shoulders back, lifting the heart. Exhale, let's walk our way around to the right side. Lengthening on the inhales, twisting on the exhales. We're just warming up our spine, so let's not push too hard. We're just waking it up, and we'll come back to the center, lengthen, and walking our way around to the other side. And back to the center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. Settling in, inhale, let's lift those hands up high. And now let's take the hands over to the left. Left hand can find the floor next to us. Right hand reaches up and over, reaching above our head. And now let's make sure that we're stacking the shoulders. We're looking up to the sky, or we can look down toward the floor, or maybe a little bit of both, moving side to side with that neck, getting rid of the crickles and the crackles. Good, inhaling, both hands come up high. And exhale over to the right. Right hand finds the floor, left hand reaches up and over, stacking the shoulders into one plane, reaching with the fingers and then sitting that left hip down into the floor, opening up in that side body. Inhaling, lifting high. Exhale, let's fold forward again. Good, and now let's crawl those fingers forward. We'll come up onto our hands and our knees. Hands will stay underneath of our shoulders. Knees are underneath of our hips. Spreading the fingers wide, pressing each little digit down into the floor. Opening up the shoulders behind us, and then turning our pelvis, flattening our back. Good. Inhale, let's lift up the right arm and press back with that left foot, pulling that left hip down to meet the right. Long reach with our fingers and a press with our heel. And exhale, we'll come back down. And then we'll work the other side, left hand, right foot. Again, pointing the toes down toward the floor so that this right hip finds its partner. Breathing into the belly. And letting go back down to the mat. Right hand, left foot. Good, and now on our exhale, let's bring the elbow and the knee together, rounding in the spine. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we'll round. Inhale, we'll lengthen. Exhale, we'll round. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we'll round. One more, reach here. And then hands come back down to the mat. Very good. Let's take a cat. Lifting that spine up to the sky, and then cow, dropping the heart. We're dropping the tummy, lifting the heart. Back to our neutral spine. Left hand, right foot, come out. Reaching with the fingers, pressing with the heel. Good, and now bringing the elbow and the knee together. Rounding, and then lengthening on that inhale. Exhale, we round. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lengthening. One more time. Exhale, bringing the elbow and the knee together, really lifting the spine. And then inhale, lengthening. And back down to our tabletop. Exhale, let's round in the spine. And then inhale, little bit of an arch, lifting the heart, lifting the tail. Good, back to our neutral spine. Let's soften the feet and come down to our child's pose. Arms come out in front of us, chests are low. Good, and now inhale, let's lift up to our baby plank. Tucking the tail, lengthening in that spine. Nice strong tummy. And exhale, chest will come forward, elbows will go back, and we'll lower our way down. Good, inhale to a little cobra. And press back, child's pose. Good, inhale up to our little plank. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale to a little cobra. And then press back, child's pose. Good, inhaling, let's move with our breath. At our own pace, moving down. Inhaling up. Exhale, we press back. Let's do that a couple more times. Thinking of lowering ourselves down, no drooping. Inhale, lifting, opening up chest, pressing back. One more time, inhale. Exhale, we'll lower down. Inhale, up. And last time, press back, child's pose. Staying here in child's pose. Bringing those fingers out in front of us a little bit further, sinking the hips down a little bit lower. Good, and now inhale, let's come up to our little plank and we'll bring that right foot forward for a baby lunge. Sinking those hips down, lifting the heart. Good, exhale, we'll come back. Good, inhale up, left foot comes forward. And exhale, let's come. Good, inhale, let's bring that right foot forward. Sink down in that lunge. Inhale, lift up the right hand. Little twist. And exhale back down. Stepping back. And then inhale, left foot comes forward. And all the way up with that left hand. And exhaling down, stepping back, child's pose. Good. Now here, let's tuck our toes. Pull our shoulders back, press into the floor with all of our fingers. When we're ready, lifting the tail up toward the sky, pulling the shoulders back behind our wrists. Tummies are working toward the thighs, butts are working up toward the sky. Good, downward facing dog, pedal the feet. Good, and then slowly we'll walk our way forward into our forward fold. Releasing the hands, the head, the shoulders can be soft. Good, inhaling all the way up high. Let's sit down into our chair. Knees and thighs come together, arms come above our head to our Evita, bent elbows, or even at prayer heart. Sitting the hips down, tilting the pelvis, lengthening in that spine. No curve. Good. Inhaling, lifting high. Exhale, sitting down into our chair. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. This time we'll exhale into our chair and we'll hold chair. Good. Inhaling all the way up high. Exhale, little back bend. Open up the chest, cactus arms. Inhale, lifting high. Now exhale, hinging down to our forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, half lift. Exhaling, folding. Let's step back, left foot back behind us into our lunge. Full lunge this time. If we can, if we would like, we can always drop that left knee back behind us. Looking forward, chests are proud. Good. And now stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward to our version of plank. Plank can be on our toes, on our knees. Exhale to lower down. Good. Inhale to a cobra or to an upward facing dog. Let's tuck those toes, lift the hips, press back downward facing. Lifting up that right leg. Let's step forward into our lunge. And then the left into our fold. And flat back, half lift. Exhale, folding. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, let's sit into our chair. Good, inhaling up. Exhale, little back bend, cactus arms. Inhale, lifting high. And And as we exhale, hinging at the hips and allowing ourselves to come to our forward fold. And lifting to our half. Lift flat back. Exhaling down, let's step back with that right foot for our lunge. Good. Long backs, strong back leg. Good, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward into our plank. Exhale, we lower. Inhale to our choice of back bend. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips, pressing back to our down dog. Good, let's lift that left leg up high. And step forward into our lunge. Then our right, into our fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhale all the way up high. Exhale, sitting down into our chair. Good, inhaling up. This time let's do a chest expansion on our exhale, so bringing the arm back behind us. We can pull those shoulders back and hold the imaginary yoga ball behind us. We can clasp our hands together, pull the shoulders back and reach towards our bones. And then we'll bend those elbows, inhale, lift high. And then exhale, let's fold down. Good, inhale, flat back. Exhale, we fold. And now left foot goes back for our lunge. From here, left hand will stay, right hand comes up, little twist. Good, exhaling down. Inhale, let's come to a high lunge. Good, exhaling down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward. Exhale, we lower. Inhale to a back bend. Tucking those toes, lifting the hips for our down dog. Let's lift that right leg. We'll kick ourselves in the bum, open up the hip to the right. And then slowly we'll step forward into our lunge. Good, now let's come up to a warrior two. Pivoting that left foot, turning the heel down to the floor, bending that right knee. Opening the hips up to the left, opening that right knee out toward our pinky toe, pulling the shoulders back, relaxing, sinking, lifting, reaching. Good, and now cartwheeling those hands back down, and we'll step forward into our lunge. Flat back. Folding a little deeper. Inhaling all the way up. Sitting down into our chair. Inhaling up. Exhale, little back bend, cactus arms. Inhaling up. And folding down. Half lift. Exhale, we fold. And that right foot will go back for our lunge. Right hand will stay, left hand comes up, little twist. Good, exhaling back down, finding our balance. Inhale, high lunge. Good, exhaling down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward. And exhale, we lower down. Inhaling to our back bend. Tucking those toes, downward facing dog. Good, lifting that left leg. Open that hip up to the left, kick ourselves in the bum. And then gently stepping forward into our lunge. Sinking down into the lunge, finding our balance. Let's come up, warrior two. Opening the shoulders, letting them sink down. Lifting from inside our thighs. Good. Cartwheeling the hands back down. Good. Stepping forward into our lunge. Flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhale all the way up high. Exhale, let's sit down into our chair. Now let's keep our butts where they are. We'll bring those arms back behind us. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Good. Arms come up and then standing nice and tall. Good. Exhale. Let's bring those arms back for a chest expansion. Good. Releasing those hands. Lifting high. And big swan dive, hinging only at the hips down to our hold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, let's fold a little bit deeper. And we'll step back with that left leg for our lunge. Keeping building. Lifting the right hand. And down. Lifting both hands. Good, and back down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward. Exhaling down. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips, pressing back for down dog. Lifting that right leg. Let's kick ourselves in the butt. Good, back to our three-legged dog. And now let's bend the knee, and we're going to bring that right knee to our right elbow. And then press back. This time crossing the body, knee comes in and over to our left elbow. And back. And now stepping forward into our lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Good. Lifting the right hand, dropping the left for reverse warrior. Looking towards those right fingers and above, sinking down into that lunge. Good, and now lengthening that right leg, shifting the hips back behind us, reaching the right hand forward, and dropping into triangle. Lifting our ribs away from our thighs, stacking our shoulders. Good. Bending the right knee, lifting that right hand for reverse warrior. And now cartwheeling down to our lunge, stepping forward for our fold. Inhaling, rolling our way up. Exhale, let's sit down into our chair. Good, hands go back behind us. Lifting the heart, sitting down in the chair. Good, hands come up. And go back. Good, squeeze those thighs, inhale, hands come up. And now lifting all the way up high. Little back bend here, cactus arms. Inhaling up. And now exhaling down for a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, we fold. And now we'll step back with that right leg for our lunge. When we're ready, inhaling, left hand comes up. And back down. Again, find that balance. Both hands come up. Pull that right hip forward. Press that heel back. Good. Hands go back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Flowing through our vinyasa, inhaling forward. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tucking our toes, lifting our hips, pressing back for our down dog. Good. Three-legged dog, take that left leg back behind us. Kick ourselves in the bum, open up to the left. Good, back to our three-legged dog. Press that heel back behind us. And now bringing the knee into our chest, touching the left elbow. Good, pressing back, three-legged dog. Crossing the body over to our right elbow. Good, and back. And now stepping forward into our lunge. Opening up to the right for warrior two. Good. Lifting that left hand for reverse warrior. Sinking down, lifting our heart, dropping our shoulders. Good. And now lengthening that left knee, shifting our hips out behind us, reaching forward, getting length in our ribs. When we can't reach any further, we hinge at that shoulder. Lift up our right hand for triangle. Pressing in and together with our feet, pulling the ribs away, dropping the shoulders away from our ears. Good, bending that left knee, lifting the left hand for reverse warrior. Good, big cartwheel with our hands to our lunge. Let's step forward for our fold. Hanging here. Good, inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold, and we're going to bend our knees. We're going to roll up into a little ball here. And now let's walk our feet out just a little bit wider than our hips. We're going to take our peace fingers and put them in between our first two toes, so holding onto that big toe. Inhale, we'll lengthen those legs, we'll lengthen in the back, and then exhale, we'll use this grip to help bring that chest a little bit closer toward our shins. Good, releasing our toes, bending the knees, rolling our way up. Lifting our hands high. Bringing them together above our heads. Let's drop the shoulders away from our ears as best we can. From here, hands are at prayer, or we can interclasp our hands. Lengthen on that inhale, exhale. Let's take our hands over to one side. Inhale up. And exhale over to the other side. Making ourselves into a big crescent. Good. Inhale up. Exhale over to the other side. Good. Inhale up. Last time over to the last side. Good. Inhale, lifting high, releasing the hands. Good. Exhale, hands come to our sides. Palms forward for Tadasana. Pulling the shoulders back, lifting from the top of our head, pressing into the floor in the opposite direction with our feet. Our core is nice and strong. Our thighs, our butt are all active. And then our knees soften just the littlest a bit. Good. Inhale, let's bring those hands up high. And then exhaling down to our hearts, bringing those thighs and knees together, and we'll sit down into our chair. Press into the palms, pull those shoulders back. Sink down into that chair. Take a couple of breaths here as we feel length happening in our spine. Good. One more inhale here. Now exhale, we're going to take this left elbow around to the right knee. Press into the palms to turn our shoulders toward the right. We can look up to the sky. We can look to our hands or we can even look to the floor. Sitting down low, lifting those hearts. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we deepen. Good. And then gently unwinding, we find our forward fold. Good. Let's bend those knees so that our hands can find the floor. We're going to work on our IT bands. So we're going to bend this left knee. We're going to keep the left hand on the floor and we'll straighten the right knee. Begin to lengthen from our ankle all the way up to our hip, through our hip, lifting that right hand up to the sky. Good, and back down. Good, other side. So right hand will stay on the floor, bending the right knee, lengthening in that left leg. And again, pulling all the way up to our fingertips, sinking down into this right hand. Good, and then slowly coming back to our fold. We can bend the knees, drop the head, hold our elbows, hang here for one breath. Releasing, and we'll roll our way up to the top. Big exhale, coming down to Tadasana. Hands forward, pulling the shoulders back. Good, inhale, lift those hands up. As we exhale, bringing them down to our heart, sitting down into our chair. Lengthening in the spine, sitting down, pressing those thighs together. Lengthening one more time. Now let's take this right elbow across to the left knee. We're still sitting that butt low, opening up the shoulders, lengthening in the spine, using our breath. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then slowly we'll unwind. Hands find the floor. Good. Inhale, let's roll our way up. Roll those shoulders back. Good. Let's step back with our left foot and we'll open our legs wide. Toes will point to the corners of the room, pulling the shoulders back. Inhale, let's lift those hands up high. Exhale, moon flowers, bringing the elbows down to our ribs, sinking into a low, wide squat here. Good, inhaling up. And exhale, we'll lower down. Good, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. One more time, let's exhale into that moon flower, pulling the shoulders back. Good, let's put those hands to our thighs. Sinking down into those squats. See if we can open those knees a little bit. Pressing into the thighs, we're gonna do a little twist here. We're gonna drop this right shoulder down to the center. Pressing in with that right hand to push the shoulder down, and the left hand to pull the shoulder back. Good, back to the center and over to the other side. So left shoulder down, right shoulder back. Good, back to the center. Inhaling, lifting our hands up. Star pose. Exhale, we're gonna bend this left knee, sitting down for a side lunge. Right toes come up toward the sky. Butts are low, chests are still proud. Good, inhaling up. Good, let's go over to the other side, bending the right knee. Lifting the left toes. Good, inhaling up. Exhaling, let's do one more moonflower here. Pull those shoulders back, sit the butts down, tuck the tail. Good, inhaling up. And now let's point those right toes toward the front. And we'll sit down nice and deep into our warrior two. Inhaling, extended reverse warrior. Exhaling, side angle. Right arm comes down to the thigh, or if we would like, we can begin to reach toward the floor, but we don't want to drop and rest on that thigh. Still active, still working. Good, inhale, extended reverse warrior. And back to our warrior two. Good. Let's cartwheel those hands down to the floor. We're going to take a little hop with this left foot, just a little bit. And we're going to bring this left hip forward to meet the right. And come up for warrior one. So both hips are pointing toward the front of our mats. We're bending that left knee. Lifting all the way from our hips. Good, hands come to our hips. And now let's straighten that right knee. Pull the left hip forward. And now hinging at the hips. Bringing the chest forward. Hands can come to the thigh. We can walk it down to the shin. If we can find the floor, but we're still working to have a long spine as we do this. We begin to droop. We're losing the good stretch in our hamstring. Good, and then bending that right knee. We're gonna come all the way up to our star pose again. And now we're gonna work over to the left side, so pointing those left toes. So we may be toward the back of our mat, bending that left knee, opening up warrior two on this side. Good. Extended reverse warrior, lifting that left hand, lengthening the left leg. Good, and then all the way down to side angle. Side angle, our right hand can come to the sky. It can come up here by our ear. Our left arm can rest on the thigh as we pull our ribs away, or we can begin to reach for the foot or for the floor. Stacking the shoulders, peeking inside that right bicep. Good, all the way up. Extended reverse warrior. Good, back down to our warrior two. Cartwheeling those hands back down. Little hop with our right foot. So we can pull that right hip forward, pressing that right heel down to the floor, coming up, warrior one. Pulling forward with that right hip, pulling backward with the left, bending that left knee. Good, hands can come to our hips. We'll lengthen in both legs, pressing into the floor, and then hinge at the hips. Top of the head is still lengthening out in front of us as we bring our hands to our thigh, to our shin, Please bypass the knee. Hands can come to the floor. Pulling that right hip forward. Good, and now let's gently bend that left knee. Hands can come up, turning to the side for our star pose. And then we'll turn all the way around to the front of our mat. Hands can come down. We'll step forward with our left to meet our right. Holding here. Good, slowly we'll roll our way up to Tadasana. Take 2 big breaths here. And then we'll walk our feet, heel toe, a little bit wider than our hips. Maybe the width of our mat. Hands come to our hearts. Let's sit down into our Malasana squat. Low squat. If we have troubles with this, sometimes making our knees a little, or our legs a little bit wider, we can even come up against the wall or prop ourselves up with a block so that we are able to get into the squat, but we're not worried so much about balance. Good, hands find the floor. We'll gently step back to our knees and come down into our child's pose. Walking those fingers out in front of us, sinking the hearts down low. Good, and now, continuing to walk those hands forward, our hips will come up off of our heels and find its spot right above our knees. Hands are still walking forward as our chests lower down into our puppy dog pose. And then we'll walk our hands backwards, our hips will find our heels again. And now let's bring those hands back by our feet. Tuck our chin and round in the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. And now let's bring those hands out in front of us. We'll swish our feet over to one side. We'll find ourselves in seated position. And now, from here, our knees are bent, our feet are on the floor. And now begin to lengthen that spine. We can hug our chests in towards our knees and begin to walk our toes backwards towards our butt until we begin to balance on our tails. Our feet can come off of the floor. Maybe this is where we're at today. We can hold behind our thighs
And continue to lift that heart so that we have a nice long back. We squeeze our knees and thighs together and slowly find our spot in boat. Lift our feet up. We can release those legs and reach for our toes. We can extend our legs even a little bit more. We can lift our hands a little bit more. We can even bring them up by our ears. Doing our best to keep a nice strong spine and squeezing those legs together. Good. Reaching for those feet again if we weren't already. And now let's slowly, if this is where we're at, this is where we're at. If we would like, we can challenge ourselves by opening up, widening our boat, and hovering just inches off of our mats. And then coming back up. See if we can do it one more time. Exhale, we lower ourselves down. Good, and back up. And lowering those feet down. We can hug ourselves in towards our knees. We can give ourselves a wiggle. Some cats and cows. Good. And now let's bring those feet together. We'll open up the knees nice and wide. Hands can come to our feet or to our ankles. We inhale and invite space in between all of our vertebrae. Exhale. Give our hips the permission to release and open up. If we're happy here, we stay here. If we would like, we can fold forward just a little bit. Good, coming back. Oh, bringing those knees back together, not opening them, closing them up. We'll roll up into our ball and let's rock back on to our backs. Bringing our knees into our chest and roll up into our little egg from here. Good. Lifting both feet up to the sky, holding behind our thighs or behind our knees, flexing the feet, and keeping our tail on the floor as we guide those knees in toward us. Good. Releasing, opening up nice and wide. We're going to bring our elbows inside of our knees, holding the pinky toe side of our feet. As we bring those knees down toward the floor, we can relax our shoulders and our head for dead bug or happy baby. Good. Releasing the feet, bringing the knees together. Inhale, lengthening those legs nice and high. Reaching with our fingers up to the sky as well. We can wiggle our fingers and our toes. We can move around in our ankles and our wrists. Get all the last little pops and crackles out as best as we can. And then when we're ready, inhale, nice big reach. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly. We lower our feet down to the floor below our hips. Our hands come to the floor above our heads as we make ourselves as long as we possibly can. And then exhale, releasing and letting everything relax.
We soften our jaw. We relax our tongue. We quiet our mind. And we allow ourselves this time to just be still. To enjoy the peace and the quiet as we breathe in and we breathe out. With every inhale, we create space. As we exhale, we allow our bodies to sink a little bit further into our mat. We become heavy and supported by the earth. Breathing in and breathing out. Please feel free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you feel is necessary, as long as you have time for. Sometimes it takes us a little bit longer to get that release, so please have the patience to let your body enjoy the Shavasana. You breathe in and you breathe out. I thank you so much for logging in and working on yourselves today, for allowing me to help you through your practice. I wish you a very happy day and a wonderful, happy life. The light and the divine in me recognizes and respects the light and the divine in each of you. And when we are together, whether virtually or physically, we are one. Namaste.